and make a living in this country. Same as a black man. Same thing. So we must not look at the issues of racism. We are not living in a racism country. We're not living in an apartheid era. We're living in a democracy where any person who wants to make a living and wants to build a business can do that. Even foreigners are coming into this country. That's another conversation to also have. That we need strong leaders in this country that are going to lead us and spark conversations. Strong leaders that are going to make sure they challenge us and stop feeding to the narrative that the media is constantly feeding on. Everything that happens, it's racism. Come on, let's stand up, guys, and be stand-up people. We need real men. We need real women. We need children to be raised in the home of a mother and a father. That's why within the black community, there's constantly going to be dysfunctionality, and children are going to constantly go to jail. They're going to constantly do all kinds of crazy stuff. They're going to sleep around. They're going to do all stupid things you can ever think of because of the fact that we are immoral. And there are certain structures God has placed on earth so that we can have a proper structure within a community. And once those structures do not exist, that nation is bound to suffer. Look at America. Look at the ghettos. Look at what's happening. A lot of the kids, most of them are bound to being drugs, are bound to, but there's still a lot of black people as well that have made it out, and they made the best out of themselves. You can look at the rappers, your Jay-Z, your many other rappers that right now are the richest because of what? Because of the opportunities that they took advantage of and said, look, I will not look at my situation and let it determine my future. You can do the same thing. Stop having excuses after excuses and after excuses. Come on. We need real men, not boys that are always complaining, crying about women, but those that are going to stand up and say, women, this is how we do things. But anyway, guys, that is just what I wanted to have a conversation with, a message to a black child and also to a white child. Any person. We need to start having conversations that are willing to build us, that are going to help us grow as a community, as a people, and stop always looking and placing everything and white men playing the guilty card. Some of you guys were not even part of apartheid. You did not oppress any person. You know, it's probably your forefather, but you kind of want to live. No, come on, move on with your life. Whatever you've been taught to do it and make a living and feed your family. And that's just what we need today. You know, we don't need this complaining boys and girls. And now we have government giving people money free and people, you know, we're living in that kind of nation. These people are bound to not succeed. Why not take the 350 and basically build some projects where people are going to clean up the street to earn the money than just giving people money for free? We need to start having conversations that are willing to move us forward. And stop looking at apartheid, everything blame on apartheid. Come on. This generation needs to think different because we have kids that we are raising and they can't come and start now, oh, my dad could not make it because of apartheid or because of, come on, guys. There are people that have made it, black people, during the time of apartheid, that right now as we speak, they were able to have opportunities. Others are doctors, these are people, older people that are very qualified, that are so professional. Most of them were or had their degrees during the time of apartheid. And you need to also give a white man the credit of the buildings that we have. Chaka Zulu was in the thing, and all the black people in this country were what? We're not developed, we're not civilized in that order. Therefore, they brought that opportunity, they brought the building, and civilization obviously grew. If you know what civilization is, definitely is connection of different countries. And cultures definitely are going to spread. So stop blaming the child for succeeding. Yeah, but anyway, guys, there's a lot of issues that are boiling inside of me politically. And as a Christian, I definitely believe that we need to express these things because we are a moral nation. And we need to turn to God by having to do certain things right, having leaders that are strong, And also, we can also talk about how the LGBT, how abusive they are towards people and enforcing themselves on people. Look, but that's a conversation on another day. And yeah, we need to be progressive and stop blaming everything on a white man, the white man saying the black man. There's a man who said something very interesting. Something just happened to me not long ago, and that is something to do with crime that happened to me. It didn't choose whether I was white or black. So crime also doesn't choose, because even within the white community, there's a narrative that, white people are being killed by black people. Now, I don't think it's an issue of whether I'm black or you're white. It's an issue of the fact that crime exists within our country, and we need to work with one another and be a community and have Ubuntu, love each other, care for one another, look up for each other. And in that order, we're going to definitely be a nation that is progressive, that is growing, where the economy is growing and more people are employed and more people are out of the streets, and more people are self-sufficient, where they're able to work hard for whatever opportunity that, comes on their lap. And that's just definitely what we need to do. But as I said, I want to have conversations on the issue of the LGBT in this country. As a Christian, what are my views and how do I look at it as well, generally around the world? And how certain things can definitely be damaging to a country. Also as a Christian, also conversations, as I said, on race, also on equality, also on the issue of money and literacy and financial literacy as well. And obviously, as I said, we've spoken on the issue of race and looking at many other issues that are affecting us as a black nation, affecting us, affecting the white nation as well, and stopping us as a country. South Africa is one of the countries in Africa that has a potential to be a developed country. And also of the issue of immigration, foreign nationals that are not registered. That is another issue that we need to have. I'm a big fan of Trump. With what he has done and putting people into work and making sure that anyone who comes into the country is registered, goes through proper channels. And I know part of another problem we have is corruption, but we can't sit and say, oh, corruption happens. Corruption happens everywhere, but we need to have leaders that have some sense of accountability, some sense of integrity. And I do believe we do have such leaders, but every other leader in our country is painted on that note of the fact that, oh, people are hungry. And the problem is we are building a nation that is lazy, a nation and people that all the time they're blaming, so they feel like they have to take. That's why, in my heart, I am not so much of a person that wants to promote bribing people and all kinds of things and being involved in criminality, because I feel like the moment you are buying or doing something, you are feeding on the narrative of the criminal or any other form. So we need to start being people of integrity, people with love and care, and definitely be people that want to progress as a nation. So yeah, guys, I love you. I love everyone. Black, white, gay, whichever way you are, I love you. I want us to talk. I want us to talk, whether we disagree, but we will come to a point of agreement, because I do believe that there's no way that we're going to have hard-headed, but we need to come to a point of truth. And that truth, I believe it exists. And let's talk and let's see how we can grow each other as a nation. I love you. God love you. And let's build each other. Definitely. I love you guys. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.